Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming back to Brown's Rod and Custom. I wanted to go over something today that was kind of a mistake on our end that was kind of scary because we were trying to figure out different solutions to something that was actually relatively simple. So when we assembled the front suspension, and we got all the new ball joints in, torsion arms, shocks, all of that, steering arms, we ran across a pretty big problem. We couldn't turn the wheels. There was zero steering. Me and Ron together couldn't, no matter what we did, all our strength, with tires on it, could not turn the wheels. With some help from Mike from thingparts.com and some just trial and error, we figured out what it was. So the issue was the lower ball joints. We tightened them up too much, actually, way too much. When we first put them on, we put them on almost as tight as we could get them, for hopes that they wouldn't fall off. That was not what we were supposed to do. So what we ended up doing is we removed the shocks, I removed the steering arms, and then got in here. That allowed all this to drop down, and then we got in here and unhooked the ball joint on each side, the lowers, just the lowers. And actually we started here, and once we got this one, the nut was still on it, but it had dropped, right? So this had dropped. We were then able to take the drum here and turn it at will. So we knew it wasn't a problem up here, right? We knew this was the problem. So then my concern was, these are actually beetle blowers. My thought process at the time, and this is where Mike comes in, was to order, I assumed that I had bad new ball joints that were cheap for the lowers, right? And what I wanted to do was replace my arms, my lower trailing arms, or torsion bars arms, for Volkswagen Thing, because these are Volkswagen Beetle, and then to put the Thing ball joints in it that I have. Mike didn't think that was the answer, which forced us in a weird way to try some different things here. So what I did was I jacked this back up so that it came, the geometry was right, and I sat here with a 19mm wrench and would go 2 or 3 turns and would turn the drum. And I was trying to find at what point does this lock up, right, where I can't turn. To my surprise, I got pretty far. I actually got to where this was tight before this got to where I couldn't turn. I backed it off just a hair, and mind you, I'm going half turns, quarter turns, trying to just dial in that spot, right? This is the nut that I'm talking about right here. Your lower ball joint nut. This is what was too tight, causing us to have zero turn on the steering. This is what you need to be looking at here, guys. Okay? Retighten this up. Not stupid, just, snug. For now, I had good steering on this side with the steering arms unhooked. Went to that side, rinse and repeat, did the same thing. Now, you can turn this whole thing. It's tight, you know, manual steering, no steering wheel, no steering column, but you can turn it. So for those of you out there that install all this stuff, new ball joints and whatnot, if you have the problem where you can't turn your wheels once you've installed new ball joints, you might have tightened them too much. You check this. This is what was my issue. I've read that some people just have to, you know, they bought crap ball joints, and even though they're new, they're just junk. I didn't think that was the case here, which it seems to not be. Ours was just, this nut was Superman tight. And that made everything kind of go into a bind. And I think an important piece to this is you need to unhook your shock, drop this down, and bang this to where it pops. You want to pop your ball joint back down, okay? Where it's not, you're still sticking through a little bit, but you're not in the groove, right, in the hole. And then start over, right, and just work it in, gently working this. We also put a little bit of oil down here and here. That seemed to help quite a bit as well. Just getting it some lube. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to go over with you guys. It's not a huge thing, but it was a huge problem where I knew the car would literally have been undrivable. It was so tight. And I know that I've read a lot about, you know, you got to drive at 100 miles, 15, 30, 100 miles, and everything will kind of settle in. I don't think I could have drove it out of the garage the way it was. So now we've got good steering, and we're all set here. As you can see, next step is hooking up the sway bar. I'm getting ready to put the wheels on it and cut this back off and get this outside again. But yeah, might be a helpful tip for you guys that are just trying to figure out why in the hell with new ball joints I can't turn. I have no steering or a super tight steering. Odds are it's this. Okay, this lower nut, you tighten it too much. So be smart, be careful. You got to tighten it to a certain point for sure, but you don't want to not be able to move it. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's what I've got for you. And thanks for watching Brown's Riding Custom. Please like and subscribe, and we'll keep posting content for you. Have a great day.